Hi everyone. So today we are going into the part 8, respiration in organisms. So it is somewhat a vast lesson, so we have to study different parts. In last class in part 7 we have seen that how respiration takes place in different organisms, that is terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, earthworm, then insects and all. Okay, today we are going to talk about plants. So how respiration takes place in plants? See, plants also need food to live. Like human beings, like other organisms, even plants has to live. For that, what it is needed? Food is needed. So we people are getting food from plant and animal sources. How plants are getting food? They are not getting food from the outside. They can able to prepare their own food by the process called photosynthesis. So plants are preparing their own food by themselves by the process called photosynthesis. What do you mean by photo? Photo means light. Synthesis means preparation. Photo means light. Synthesis means preparation. So the preparation of food takes place in the presence of light, that is mainly sunlight, that is called photosynthesis. So what are all the things required to prepare the food? Sunlight, water, carbon dioxide. These are the three things which are needed for the plants to prepare their own food. Sunlight, because sun is the ultimate source of giving the light. It's the main source, isn't it? So sunlight, water, from the soil the plants are getting water, and carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. If these three things are available, if these three things getting enter into the plants immediately start to produce their food. Not only food, it also give oxygen as the byproduct. So for the process of photosynthesis, sunlight, water, carbon dioxide are utilized by the plants. Food and oxygens are released as the product. So gaseous exchange takes place because carbon dioxide is getting enter into the plant and oxygen is released out by the process photosynthesis. So again what? Gaseous exchange takes place. See, this is not respiration, it is preparation of food. So for preparation of food also what is needed? Gaseous exchange is needed for the plants. So we can also say light energy. In photosynthesis, light energy is converted into chemical energy because photo means what? Light. So photosynthesis takes place only in daytime because sunlight we can get only during daytime, not in night time. So during night time plants never prepare photosynthesis, that is never do photosynthesis, never prepare their food. Okay, so during daytime only, in presence of sunlight only, photosynthesis takes place. So light energy is converted into chemical energy. Why they are saying chemical energy? Because the food is now produced in the form of glucose, C6H12O6. So it is a chemical component. Hence we are saying light energy is converted into chemical energy. If we say this, if we see this, you can able to understand sunlight, carbon dioxide and water is needed to prepare the food. Once they are getting these three things, oxygen and carbohydrates, that is food, will be prepared. So now next question is what? How they are getting these sources? Sunlight from sun, okay. Carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, water from the soil because soil is rich in water and minerals. Okay, so by the root the waters are absorbed. Okay, how it enters into the leaves? Sunlight is absorbed by the leaves because the leaves containing a pigment called chlorophyll. All leaves containing pigment called chlorophyll. Because of this pigment, the leaves are green in color because pigment meaning color giving. Pigment means it will definitely give one color. The chlorophyll pigment gives what color? Green. If we take our body, our skin is giving some colors. See, some people are somewhat brownish color, some are black, some are white because of the presence of the pigment melanin. In our body we are containing the pigment melanin, it gives the color. If the melanin content is more, we will be more dark. If the melanin pigment is very low, it will be white. The people are white. Okay, like that plants are having a pigment called chlorophyll, and that pigment is present in the leaves. That's why leaves are green in color. These chlorophyll pigment, what they will do, they can able to absorb the sunlight. Okay, so the sunlight is absorbed by the leaves because of the pigment chlorophyll. Now the sunlight is getting enter into the leaf. Carbon dioxide, Because carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere. See, we people, we human beings, how we are getting the gaseous, how the gaseous exchange takes place? Through our nostrils. We have our nose having two nostrils. Through the nostrils, we are inhaling and exhaling. We are doing the breathing process. Do you think any leaves are having nostrils, or any lungs, or any gills as fish? They are having any tracheal system as in cockroach? No. What they are having? They are having tiny pores. Very, very small pores are observed on the surface of the leaves. They are called as stomata. What they are called? Stomata. Stomata is nothing but tiny pores through which gaseous exchange takes place. So carbon dioxide from the atmosphere enters through stomata and it reaches the leaves. Okay. What about water? Water is present in the soil, so roots of the plant absorb the water and transport the water to the leaf through the veins. Now carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, everything reaches the leaves. Now the food preparation takes place only on the leaves. If we take our home, we are having so many rooms: kitchen, living room, bathroom, puja room, bedroom, everything, drawing room and all. But wherever mother is cooking, only in kitchen. Like that, even though plants have different parts, the photosynthesis takes place, that is food preparation takes place only on the leaves, because leaves contain stomata, leaves contain chlorophyll. So water only absorbed by the roots and it is transported into the leaves. So once all the three components reaches the leaves, what happened? Immediately they produce the food in the form of carbohydrate, simple carbohydrate, glucose, C6H12O6. Along with that, oxygen is liberated. That's why the light energy is converted into a chemical energy. The next important question: how do plants get carbon dioxide for photosynthesis? How do plants undergo this exchange of gases? For both questions, the answer is stomata. Because stomata means what? Tiny pores, that is small pores. Where does it present? On the leaves. Through the small pores, the gaseous exchange takes place. So carbon dioxide from the atmosphere enters through the tiny pores. You can able to see here. Here it is opening. So carbon dioxide enters into the pores, and in the leaves photosynthesis takes place. After that, water, that is oxygen, will be liberated out. So for answer for the both question is what? Stomata. So carbon dioxide from the atmosphere enters through stomata, and then photosynthesis takes place. Okay, if we see in plants, the food prepared by the plant is nothing but glucose, and this food is stored in the form of starch. Because as I told, food preparation takes place only in daytime. During night time, it won't do any food preparation. So but it need energy for all the time, isn't it? So after producing, because if you take a small plant, they have so many leaves. All the leaves can able to produce the food. So all the leaves start to produce the food only in daytime, and they will store the food in the form of starch. If we take animals, the food prepared, that is we are eating the food. Think about the digestive system. After the digestion, in absorption, small intestine absorb the food, and it is the complex substances. All the complex substances are converted into a simple sugar called glucose. So here also the food preparation is glucose, but it is stored in the form of glycogen. And it is stored in the form of glycogen. In plants, it is stored in the form of starch. In animals, it is stored in the form of glycogen. Okay, so like animals, so till this food preparation we have seen. Now we are going to enter to see about how respiration takes place. Okay, like animals, plants also obtain energy from food, glucose. So that process is called what? Respiration. That is energy, production of energy by the breakdown of glucose is called respiration. So like animals, in plants also respiration, same process is doing. Plants are also doing. So for energy to perform photosynthesis and life process, which means what? Why they need the energy? To perform the photosynthesis process, because photosynthesis is a step, it is needed to prepare food. For preparing food also they need energy. So it's a cyclic process, somewhat cyclic process, and they have to do some life process, that is they have to grow, they have to reproduce, everything, isn't it? Because plant is a living thing. So for these things and all, they need energy. Okay, so respiration also takes place in plants. So in respiration, what happens? Oxygen is needed to break down the glucose complex, and it will be converted into energy. Along with that, carbon dioxide is released. So respiration also, what happened? Gaseous exchange takes place. So carbon dioxide is released, used for photosynthesis. So in photosynthesis, what happens? They use carbon dioxide and release oxygen, isn't it? But in for respiration, they use oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Okay, wow. So in photosynthesis, that is it is given here. In plants, photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is used and oxygen is released. The released oxygen, not all the oxygen will be utilized by the plant. Some oxygen is also enter into the atmosphere. How? Through stomata it will reach the atmosphere. Okay, like that, the carbon dioxide released in respiration process also, that because that carbon dioxide is needed for the photosynthesis again, isn't it? So not all the carbon dioxide is utilized for photosynthesis. Some of the carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere also. Okay. So this is the cycle. In photosynthesis, what happened? Photosynthesis means preparation of food. For food, carbon dioxide and water. Here energy represents light energy, light source. So what produce? They produce glucose, and oxygen will also released as byproduct. So that oxygen is used. That oxygen is used in the respiration process, and carbon dioxide is liberated out. That carbon dioxide is used again as photosynthesis. Okay, so during this, the energy, what energy they will form? They will form in the form of ATP. How does this energy help? Why plants need energy? Because for photosynthesis process they need energy. For the growth, plants also grow, and for the reproduction, and also it excrete waste products. For these things they need energy. Gaseous exchange in plants. How a gaseous exchange takes place? Because photosynthesis also gaseous exchange takes place. Respiration also they are doing gaseous exchange. So the gaseous exchange takes place in stomata. Not only in stomata, even root hairs also doing the gaseous exchange. If you take root hairs, they are absorbing? They are absorbing water. Water, where it is present in the soil. So they use water is nothing but a dissolved oxygen, isn't it? So I hope you remember the aquatic animals, fishes, how they take the oxygen, because they are present living in water. In water, not the atmospheric oxygen they can't get, so they use the oxygen in the form of dissolved. The same thing, the root hairs also absorb oxygen in the form of dissolved oxygen from the water. So gaseous exchange also takes place in root hairs. And another one is lenticles. That is, if we see lenticles is nothing but the pores which we can see in the stem. Lenticles we can observe in the stem. Through the stem also, through these lenticles also, gaseous exchange takes place. But the main gaseous exchange takes place by the stomata. Why don't plants need specialized respiratory organs? If we take animals, if we take human beings, we are having lungs. That is our specialized organ, because gaseous exchange takes place in the alveoli of the lungs. If we take fishes, gills are their specialized organ. If you take frog, lungs and skin, both are the respiratory organs. So, but if we see plants, no specialized organs are present. Why? Because less transport of gases from one part to another. Why they are saying less transport of gases? See, in a human being, we are not producing any oxygen. We are getting oxygen from the atmosphere, isn't it? But if we take plants, the plants are producing oxygen by photosynthesis process. So that oxygen is utilized for respiration. Not only that oxygen, most of that oxygen liberated by the photosynthesis is used for respiration. Only very less amount of oxygen is observed from the atmosphere. Okay, like that, carbon dioxide is released as the byproduct in respiration. So that carbon dioxide is used for photosynthesis process. Only very less amount of carbon dioxide is getting from the atmosphere. So not like human beings, because plants they do not completely depend on atmosphere. They can use their own oxygen and carbon dioxide produced by the respiration and photosynthesis process. So the less transport of gaseous exchange from one part to another, that is from atmosphere to the plant, is very less. Only less amount of transport is needed. And one more thing, rate of respiration is quite lesser than animals. If we take the respiration rate, the speed, it is somewhat lesser in plants than animals, because same reason, because gaseous exchange by themselves it can do. So the rate of respiration is also quite lesser. So with this I conclude this lesson. Go through all the parts again and again, at least once continuously, so that you can get the clear picture of this lesson. So in this lesson we have discussed about the introduction part, what is breathing, what is respiration, what is the difference between the two terms, how respiration takes place in human body, what are all the organs involved in human body, organs involved in respiration, and how the gaseous exchange takes place, how the energy is produced, and in what form it is stored in the body, why it is called energy currency of the cell, how respiration takes place during physical activities, that is anaerobic respiration we have discussed, and also how respiration takes place in different terrestrial animals, aquatic animals and all. At last we have seen how respiration takes place in plants. I hope I have given somewhat clear picture about this. Go through again, and if you have any doubts you can post in the comment box. Thank you.